Hey guys, I'm James, you just joined the high table, and if we're in the lounge today, you know that means just one thing. It's time for another coffee club, so let's get into it. Hey, so thanks for joining me in the lounge today, and before we kick on with today's video, can you guys do me a big favor? Can you slap that like button? Can you punch that subscribe button? And can you destroy that bell for notifications? It's free, costs you guys nothing, and helps this channel out immensely. And who doesn't love a random act of violence? So, smash the keyboard, get it done, guys. And with that out of the way, let's crack on with today's coffee review, our coffee club. So, in the last coffee club, we tried Taylor's of Harrogate's Hot Lava Java, and as a Yorkshireman, I was so wanting to get behind a Yorkshire brand coffee, and unfortunately it didn't live up to the hype. It actually got the lowest score we've given so far. That being said, I have very high hopes for today's coffee. So today we're going to my other side of the heritage. You guys know that I'm a very proud Yorkshireman, but you should also know I am very, very proud to be half Brazilian. So we're going with a Brazilian coffee. Today's coffee, we're going to be trying Lavazza Tierra, single origin, Brasil-Cerrado. So it's a coffee bean that comes specifically from Brazil. It's an Arabica bean, as most coffee beans are from South America. But this one comes specifically from the Cerrado region, which is basically a big savanna area in Brazil. It's the second biggest natural habitat we have after the Amazon rainforest. And one of the reasons why I'm hoping for big things from this coffee is because the Cerrado region, it goes through my family's heritage. It goes through where my family's from, our state, Goiás. So I'm really hoping this coffee is gonna do good. Okay, like I'm gonna declare I've got a bit of a bias now. So if this coffee doesn't do as good as the Hot Lava Java from Taylor's, I'm genuinely gonna be heartbroken. But since this is a Brazilian coffee, and us Brazilians, we know our coffee, I'm expecting good things. Now, with all the coffees, remember we have them black. We have them black on the coffee club. We don't add sugar, we don't add cream, we don't add milk or anything like that. We don't add anything that's going to take away from the natural flavor of the coffee. The coffee I always have will always be ground or filtered. Well, ground filtered coffee. You can use a cafetiere if you wish, but for the sake of keeping things even throughout the whole process, black filtered coffee, that's the way we're doing it, keeping it nice and simple. So with that out of the way, let's go with our first sip. Let's see how this coffee does. So before I even take a sip, the aroma is very subtle. It's very subtle. Let's go for it. Okay. So right off the bat, the first sip, you can see it's giving me a smile already. It's making me happy. Like when you sit back and you really take this flavor, you know you're getting good. You know it's a good coffee. I mean, I need another one. Yeah. It's as with Lavazza, with the quality rosa, like they describe that as being full-bodied. Now, I think this seems to be a staple with Lavazza coffees across the board, that they give you a full-bodied coffee. And what I mean by full-bodied is that there's a lot there. When you drink, it feels substantial in your mouth. Like the taste has a lot of character to it. Now, when I read the packet, like what strikes me straight off the bat is that the packet itself says that the intensity is a 7. Now it says 7 out of 10. Now if you go to most supermarkets and you look for your coffees, most of the time the strongest coffee you'll find will usually be around a 5, like 4 or 5, sometimes a 6. I think the Hot Lava Java was a 6. And this one's a 7. And I've told you guys before, I like my strong coffee. And you saw the smile this gave me when I drank it. So it definitely lives up to that. It's definitely got that strong taste, which I really enjoy. Like I say, it feels like there's a lot there. But the other thing that I noticed as well is that Lavazza, again, often says that they go for their chocolatey notes, which seems to be a characteristic of the Arabica bean. But on the packet here, it says that it has more honey notes. So I think when they're going for these honey notes, I think they're anticipating a sweeter taste. And what I will give it in this regard is that the coffee itself, it's not a harsh flavor. It's strong. Don't get me wrong there. It's strong, and you definitely get that full bodiness. You definitely get that character coming through with the coffee. You drink it and you feel I'm trying to think of another word other than uplifting. You take a sip and you immediately feel uplifted by it. There's a lot there, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's overly bitter like some coffees can be. So I could agree with it with saying the honey notes. I don't necessarily taste honey, but what I do get is a sweeter vibe from it. Although when you run it through your tongue, you do get a bit. I take it back. I do get where they're coming from there. When I run it through my tongue and I take a longer sip of it, I do get sort of like I do. Again, I don't know if it's a honey vibe. Definitely a sweeter vibe. Definitely get a sweeter vibe. All I can say is I'm really enjoying this coffee. Really enjoying this. I can't think of words to really describe it. The feeling it's giving me. Like, it just makes me happier when I'm drinking it. Maybe that's my caffeine addiction, I don't know, but it's definitely a coffee that I really, really enjoy. I think the only niggle I could even give this coffee, the only that, and this is the most harshest criticism to give it, is that the packet's only 180 grams. I mean, you can't see that the green nicks it off, but the packet itself is only 180 grams. And when I went to the supermarket, I paid £3.50 for that. Now, a lot of coffees on average you'll pay for around about 227 to 250 grams. You pay £3.50 for that, between £3 and £3.50. So you are paying a little bit more for this coffee, but to its credit, in my opinion, it's worth every penny. I would happily pay this weekly for my coffee. This is definitely, this is rocketed up the list. Brazil has done me proud. Like, Brazilians, we know our coffee, and this Brazilian coffee is certainly living up to the reputation. And also with it being Cerrado, I got to feel doubly proud with it being from my family's home state, Goiás. So I'm very, very happy with this coffee. I'm just trying to look to see if there's any more information that they give us on this. So it's like you said, it just says from the Cerrado Highlands in Brazil. The fact that the berries left on for a little bit longer gives it its honey notes. There's not much more information. Like, I wish I could find out more about this. This is one of those coffees that I'm very intrigued by. Like, I want to know more. Like, it's like I say, it's Lavazza. So obviously Lavazza is an Italian brand. So I can't take anything away from them. The Italians do know how to make a good cup of coffee. Maybe they don't have to grow it, but they know how to make a good cup of coffee. So realistically, what you've got here is a melding of two great worlds. You've got the Italian know-how, and you've got the quality of the Brazilian bean. I really liked the Peruvian. I mean, I loved that Machu Picchu's, and I loved the Chew the Fat that we got, which again was an Arabica bean. But this one, I feel like this one's become my favorite. And I'm not saying that from a Brazilian bias. Like, that's the last thing I'm doing. I'm not saying that from a Brazilian bias, but I genuinely think that this is my favorite. Like, this is the coffee you can have every single day. Like, you can have this every day of the week. This could be your morning coffee. But then this can also be the coffee that you get out to show off to your friends. This can be the coffee that you give to the people you like. You can leave the instant coffee for the people you don't like, and this coffee is the one you bring out for the people you do like. Which is going to bring us to the scores, I suppose. What am I going to give this one? I'm going to go with my gut instinct straight off the bat. 9-1. I mean, when I took my first sip, you saw it gave me a smile. It made me happy. And I don't think you can think of... I don't think there's anything better than that. Like, if your first instinct when you have something is to make you smile, you've got to give it a high score. So I'm giving it a 9-1 because this is definitely my favorite coffee so far. I highly recommend this to you. Like, this coffee, I recommend you go out and get yourself. I mean, even when we're getting down to the dregs, I'm enjoying every single sip, every little drop. And the only reason I'm not giving it higher than 9.1, I think, is because I want to leave room for there to be another coffee. I want a coffee out there to literally blow my mind. Like, I hear good things about coffees from Blue Jamaica, Blue Jamaica coffee, from Kopi Luwak coffee, which I've not yet tried. So I'm hoping that those are better than this, like, because those are expensive coffees, and I'm hoping that they are better than this mainstream brand, if I'm honest. So the score we're giving Lavazza Tierra single origin Brasil-Cerrado, we're giving that a 9.1. Okay, I really recommend you go out and have this coffee. And with that out of the way, guys, we're going to leave it there. So if you've enjoyed this coffee club, if you enjoyed this coffee review on the high table, leave a like, click on the subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. Come back for more. Again, tell me what coffees you want me to review. Tell me if you've tried these coffees, what your opinions and thoughts are on the coffees that we've had. Let me know what you think, guys. I want to know. This coffee club is about us. It's about me offering my opinion on the coffee, and then you guys telling me what you think about the coffee or recommending coffees I should try. So let's make it all about us, guys, okay? Give me feedback. Let me know what you want me to try. Let me know what you think about it, and we can go from there. We can enjoy this whole process. Coffee is one of the few things I really, really love, and I love sharing this experience with you, trying these new coffees and enjoying them with you. So with that said and done, guys, I'm going to enjoy my coffee, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.